Welcome to Spitfire Mk. Yeah, I've been chomping on the bit for this guy. That makes sense. On the Arduino game, like people want tonight. So I was like, yeah, let's go. To start with, I was like, no, we'll just wait, it's fine. But no, let's get on with it. I want to see if this guy. So anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you to all my co-hosts tonight at shortnotice.com. So we've got Geordie Dave.
Evening everyone. Welcome to Horlicks' show. It's going to be a cracking build tonight, so crack on.
Brilliant. And actually, I'm quite pleased in the way I'm doing it tonight, because at least you get to be here to see it, because you were going to have to work, weren't you, on Friday? So at least you can be here for this moment. So
yeah, I was as I say, it's something I'm looking forward. I wanted to see how you done this part, and I thought I'm going to have to watch it back. But it's great to be on live and being able to be how we is doing this.
Yeah.
Being at work.
That's it. And obviously there still will be a show Friday, because we're going to have to carry on with the build. So, yeah, cool. Right, Mark.
Yeah, totally my fault tonight. I've spreaded him into it. So if you want to blame somebody, blame me. But no, we were just discussing on the Arduino show that it was very short. So why not go live at 8 o'clock and give you guys all something? So welcome to Horlicks live stream. And I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And of course, DS Models and Vintage. Again, thank you for coming on lastminute.com, because I literally gave Dave about 25 minutes notice.
That's absolutely fine. I'm in civvies tonight, so yeah, I'm not got me t-shirt out. But yeah, as long as that's all right with you guys, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's how quick I found it when I was on the radio show, and I just go to the shower. So in the gym jams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Like I said, my fault.
Okay.
No, God, I've just seen a message from Dave Mack. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Oh dear, no. That's
okay. Well, let's go through the chat and say hello, and then see what happens.
Okay, so that's down to Geordie Dave then.
Okay, then. So we're starting off with Stuart Sullivan. He gets the gold. Hello, Horlicks. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
Then coming at silver is Marie Oglesby. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Marie.
Hi, man.
And then we'll have Dano's Universe. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Dano.
Hi, Dano.
Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, love.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Marie. Let's go on, click on for this, will you?
Yeah, we'll do.
Marie. Hi, all in the chat. D. Harris. Good evening again. Alex and all in the chat.
Hi, D.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, D.
Dave Mack. Evening again, everyone. Good luck with the fix, Horlicks.
Thank you, Dave.
Hi, Dave Mack.
Warren James. Hi, all.
Hello.
Crafty Chris, hi everyone. We have got a bonus tonight. Good luck, Horlicks, but I'm sure you won't need it.
Yeah.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Christine.
And dear Mark, watch World of Weird earlier, and the circuit board he put in the base started smoking, and now it's a static model. I hope all ours we're doing doesn't do the same.
No, I hope you're not.
I've extensively tested mine, and mine's been fine.
And evening, Mark, Dave and Dave.
Hi,
Dave.
And I'll store that one, and that's up to chat up to now.
Jolly good. Okay.
I guess, I mean, I've not caught up with all of Wayne's videos yet, but I'm guessing he wouldn't have mixed them up and put the old one back in. Maybe that was one of the problems with the old one.
Yeah, could have been.
I'm sure not. I'm sure he wouldn't have done, because he's quite methodical, but you know, you just don't know, do you? But it could just take a short circuit or a bit of off soldering. I mean, I will have a good look at this board when we've taken it out, just to see if there's anything visual, just on the safe side. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's going to be a bit hit and miss. As you know, the fix wants us to delve into issue 97, 100, and yeah, so we're just going to, it is what it is. We're near the end of the build. So we're going to start off with the replacement parts leaflet. This will tell us about the fix and step by step what to do. And then, yeah, we'll go from there, and by the end of the show, we'll plug it in and see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully. So, replacement parts then. So this is the big sheet extra that we got with the magazine, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I've got loads of bits here and different packets that were just shoved in. So
this actually came with issue 100.
Yes.
So, because what you actually do in issue 100 is you actually build the remote, don't you?
Yeah.
But really, beforehand, you should go through all this essential checklist and replacement parts and the bits and bobs and the fix, what they call the fix. So you've got to go through this first.
Yeah,
so
we'll do the parts checklist and first, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to do the parts checklist in grey, the A.
Okay. Yes, and this is my. This is my old circuit board that I took out the other day. I've actually marked it with an X, just so we know that this isn't the one that's going back in.
Yeah. Okay. So between me and Mark tonight, we've split the instructions up as best we can. So when I've had enough, I'm going to hand over to Mark, and when Mark's had enough, he's going to hand over to me. So I'm pretty sure I'll be going first. So replacement parts. So with your issue 100, you actually got a replacement parts leaflet. And it says, we have found some issues with the performance of the model, and we are providing you with replacement parts and instructions to rectify this. Okay, so parts are in the grey section. Parts checklist A is 100A, and that's the main circuit board to replace 9101 supplied in issue 91.
Okay, let me just grab this out of here and we'll have a quick inspection of it. I'll just make sure nothing's obvious. So this is the circuit board. Now, let's see if there's much difference in them. And to be honest, no.
I haven't spotted anything so far.
All the plugs are the same. The caps are in the same place.
Indeed.
Ground, S1, and plus, SP, data, 6 ground. CS32. Yeah, to me, they look identical. So whether it's a component on the board, like one of the resistors, or maybe it's something to do with one of these chips that they weren't programmed correctly. A bit like Arduino, some of these chips hold some like code, so it could just be that the code was wrong, or.
Oh, hang on. I think your finger was in there. I was going to say the top right-hand chip. I can see the fourth. I can see the fourth solder bit on it now. I could only see one on the right-hand one, but
yeah, this unit here, I know is it's a board that's soldered on. That's to do with the remote control, I believe.
Yeah,
this is the RF receiver or whatever it is, the infrared. No, RF. But I mean, everything does look okay on it, and I mean they look identical. So I can't really
Yeah.
The only thing I can see different is that this main chip in the middle here, and it's going to. I can't really show you, to be honest. Let me see if I can.
They're very tiny, isn't it?
This is the old one.
On page 2, it says the cables along the top are inserted in the new circuit board 100A in a different order to that given in issue 91.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
But that's confusing because I mean the plugs are the same, so you could have done that anyway. But the only obvious difference I can see off the bat is this chip here is a B1SPOB something, and this chip is a B1ZP. So this is a different chip they've put on here.
Yeah.
And that's the only obvious thing I can see that's different.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the dud one. It's got a cross on it. We've got a circuit board. Looks the same, but it could be to do with coding or something like that.
Okay, so going back to the instructions, it says this replaces the circuit board in the display stand, which was incorrectly wired. Okay, and it says instructions for fitting the replacement circuit board are given over leaf.
So what the saying is that also was incorrectly wired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Yeah. So do you want to go on to the yellow part of the parts checklist, or do you want to do the let's go backwards and forwards? Do you want to do the circuit board first?
I suppose, yeah, that's parts checklist A. So should we just get that fitted and done?
Yeah,
and then we can move on, because then that's the base dealt with then, isn't it?
Yeah. So on page 2 of the supplement, you've got replacing the circuit board. 1. After fitting the second battery box and PCB, see issue 95, Brill. Identify the circuit board 91.1 in the display stand. One by one, carefully remove all the cables from the sockets and undo the 4 PB 2x4mm screws at the corners of the circuit board. Put the screws to one side, as they will be needed to refit the replacement circuit board. Now, there is a little bit in there that I'm a bit worried about, and it said, after fitting the second battery box and PCB, see issue 95.
Right, so issue 95 is another battery cradle. Because I've got Ian's part work mod, I'm not going to be using batteries, so we can ignore that step.
Okay.
However, if you are building this and you are going to use batteries, you need to open issue 95, which I've got here. I'll kind of show you as we're here, I guess.
Yeah.
Just for those that need to know, in issue 95, we get this here, which is another battery box and this little circuit board which joins all this together. So you would fix this next to it. This circuit board then gets attached to or stuck down somehow. And then you've got the battery connector from here, and this one goes into this board, and then the output comes from this one into the circuit board. And this just gives it more amps, we believe. But it's not needed because I've got Ian's power mod, so we don't need to do anything with this. I may fit it at a later date.
Yeah.
Just so it's here. So if, by any chance, if I end up taking it somewhere, there's no power.
Yeah.
I can still use the batteries on it. So I probably will fit this, but not tonight. I'll do this at some point, or I'll do it another time.
Okay. Well, as you've already removed your cables from the old circuit board, We'll just read this little bit. It says, removing cables. The cables are very tight, and you may find that the sockets become detached from the circuit board as you remove them. This is not a problem, but remove the socket surrounding the cable before continuing. Okay.
Yeah, which is what happened, wasn't it, last week? We ended up pulling some of these off this week. They do just push back on, so it's not a problem. I pushed them back on just so they're on there, but
just so
that can happen.
So this is step 2 then of replacing the circuit board. Step 2 is fit the replacement circuit board 100A in the display stand where the old circuit board 9101 was removed, and fix in place with 4 PB 2x4mm screws.
Okay, let me just adjust the lights, camera, so you see what I'm doing.
Is there any more chat, Geordie Dave?
D. Harris, someday you could plug the power into the old board, see if it does start smoking, then again it wouldn't be under power draw from the motors.
That's true.
And Dano's Universe, could you use the old circuit board for anything? If so, are you?
Not really. It's quite specific, I think. So there'd be there wouldn't really, without the schematics and stuff, there's not really, you could probably program it, but you've got to have some very specific equipment to do that. So no, not really is the short answer to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in.
So that's in. So now we're moving on to step 3. And this is where you're going to be replacing plugs into the circuit board. So it said, working from the circuit board, starting at the bottom left, insert the cables as follows. So your first one is SB.
Okay.
Starting at the bottom left.
It's a bit of a shame. So I had all this cable managed and it's gone a bit. Right. SB.
SB. B for Bertie. Sugar Bertie.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next one is MB. Motherboard. MB.
The speaker cable's getting on the wreck. S. Oh no, that's CB.
Yep. You want MB.
MB, Mike Bravo. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Then you want CC. CC, senor. Bit of faulty towers in there. CC.
CC cleaner.
Yeah.
CC.
That is the speaker.
Speaker.
Just trying to... And just to clarify, apart from the first plug we did, where the 2 red wires are on the left, The rest of these red wires are actually on the right,
Oh,
which looks in the mag.
yeah, it does look like that, apart from this last one, perhaps. So,
Okay.
the last one across the bottom then is CB, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
CB radio.
CB radio.
CB radio, yeah.
10-4, good buddy.
The yellow is on the far right.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're now on to step 4 then. So step 4 says on the right-hand side of the circuit board, insert the unlabeled cable from the battery box and cable SA. So what I'm thinking of is this one from your power mod then?
Yes.
Yeah, because this CA would go, would actually go into the. Oh,
SA would be the top right of the left-hand side, of the right-hand side of the board. Unlabeled.
So SA on the bottom and the unlabeled one on the top.
Yeah, I just got that caught up. So yeah, this SA would have gone into that other board, but CA, sorry. But we're not using that. So let me get that out of the way. I've just had to remove that plug because it was in the way, CB. So I'm going to put that back in. Okay, so Ian's power mod will go in the top plug.
And that would be what would have been the unlabeled one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it still is unlabeled.
Yeah. So the next one then is SA.
Which should be a switch.
And red is on the top.
Yep, that's
I've
correct.
got red on the. Now the only thing is, I've noticed. Mark, maybe you confirm.
Yeah.
It's showing a red on the top for the switch, but a red on the top for the power. But I've got a black on the top for the power.
Let me just double check. It's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, jolly good. And now you're working across the top of the circuit board in step 5, and you're working from the left to the right across the top of the circuit board. Insert cables ML. So the first one on the left is ML.
Oh, hang on. I'm just having a look at this cable. Yeah, inside with the mods, the red cable gets adjoined to the black cable, so it has switched the polarity on that. So even though that's a black wire, that is putting in positive. So that's good. I just wanted to double check. Sorry. ML.
ML is the first one on the left of the top of the circuit board.
My initials?
ML?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. ML. Ooh. Oh, what happens when it don't fit?
Oh my god. Yeah, you're going to have to undo that joint down there, I think. There is a joint. I think you can see a joint.
It's all right. Just pulled it through a bit. ML.
ML for the first one.
Red is on the left.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then the next one is SL. Sierra Lima.
4-pin.
Yeah, I do believe so. Two red, two blacks.
And the reds are on the right on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next one is MR.
Yeah. And the red is on the left.
Yep. And then the next one is SR.
And again, reds are on the right.
Okay, so a little bit of text here, and it says important note: the cables along the top are inserted in the new circuit board 100A in a different order to that given in 91.
Right.
Issue 91.
Which I can vouch for because ML didn't reach this plug, but it did previously. So that's definitely one of the cables that has been switched with another.
Yeah.
I reckon this ML was in where the MR is, and I reckon the MR was over where the ML is now.
Yes. So, right, that concludes the circuit board.
Right, do you know the bit where the what I see about that, the bit where the Spitfire fits on, you've got to make sure that's
Yeah.
Well, we covered this last time. There's plenty of cable. Make sure this 4 cable, the yellow, orange, red, and black, is plenty of slack because this moves up, and this cable will trail up behind it. So yeah, I've taken it out of this grip.
Rob,
Make sure.
what are you doing, please? Rob, see that doing this?
What's that?
Sorry, I'm just talking to Rob.
Oh, okay. Right, so I'm just going to put this back together because we're done with this for now.
Okay.
I will probably, actually, I'm going to leave that panel off because if anything does start smoking, I want to know about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're now going on to the yellow part of the parts checklist, B to D.
I'll hit the what you call it.
Okay.
Program for 4 motors and LED. If you were making a model using such, you might be able to use it like doing an RC model.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I guess it depends what's up with it, though. Like, why replace it unless it's just the coding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the other two are just D thingy me asking because he must be picking up the television over the mic.
Yeah. It must have been, yeah. Sorry about that. Right. Okay. So parts checklist then for B to D. Some of the parts supplied with issue 36 were found to be slightly weak. So we are supplying replacement metal cogs and a cable with end blocks that are more securely attached to the cable. So part 100B is a metal cog for gearbox to replace part 3604 at a plastic cog supplied with issue 36.
Okay, so yeah, that's these here.
Okay.
And these are metal, so as I did with the last gearbox, I'm going to grease it up.
Jolly good. And then
no, it isn't technically the correct grease because this is for those plastic cogs. This is designed for that. This is the special grease for that.
Yeah.
But I think it will be fine on the metal part because it's not going to do any damage to it.
Okay. So 100C is a metal cog for gearbox to replace part 3605, a plastic cog supplied with issue 36. 100D is a metal cog assembly cap to replace part 3603, a plastic cap supplied with issue 36. 100E cable and with end blocks to replace part 3606 supplied with issue 36. And then 100F is electrical cable to fit in the motor 3501. Okay. I've got the electrical cable.
No.
Okay. So, and then we have also supplied a replacement cover parts in case you have glued any of the following parts in place. So 8902, 8903, 9202 and 9203. Cover parts on wing panels. 9603, cover parts for tailplane. 9915, oil cap in front of cockpit. We have also supplied 2 plastic washers which can be used to raise the height of the model if necessary. See page 8. Plastic washers, yeah. And I do believe them plastic washers go under the little suction caps on the base. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So it says that the instructions for fitting the cogs in the gearbox start on page 3. These apply if you have stopped assembly for your model at issue 93. If you have continued further, please refer to the last few issues of the magazine and disassemble following the instructions in reverse order.
Okay. So yeah, we didn't go any more than 93. We did what they said, so we are all good.
So I was going to say, Mark, if you want to take over from this to do the metal cog replacement.
Oh, I can't hear you, Mark.
No sound. I've got no sound. Oh, is sound
All right, I'm
okay.
here.
Okay.
Right. So you've done your wings already, Horlicks, so we don't have to do that. So we now go to step 8, which is identify the 4 screws that hold down the left side fuselage assembly, 7401/7402, in place. There are 3 KB 2x4mm screws and 1 KM 2x4mm screw. Remove the screws and the side fuselage assembly and store carefully.
Okay, so we've got a screw here.
Yeah. These are the KB 2x4.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do a thing for that. Hang on. Improvise. So KB 2x4 and
The other one is a KM 2x4. The difference between them is literally 3 of them are plastic screws and 1 of them is a metal screw.
Oh dear.
what was the other one?
The other one is a KM 2x4.
KM 2x4. We get rid of that. That was a spare screw from last week. Okay.
That metal one you're taking out there is the KM 2x4. Oh, yes, KM 2x4.
Okay.
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 You got another one?
Oh yeah, one more. Can't even see what I'm doing, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the side fuselage panels shown in step 8 were fitted in steps 5 and 6 in issue 74.
Even better, because your screwdriver lights up, we can see even better.
Yeah.
Now you should be able to take it off. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then it's a case of repeat on the other side. So identify the 4 screws that hold the right side fuselage assembly in place. Again, there are 3 KB 2x4 screws and 1 KM 2x4 screw. Remove the screws and the side fuselage assembly and store carefully. There we go.
Right.
Okay, step 10 is identify the 4 KB 2x4mm screws holding the interior support in place, circled orange. Remove the screws and carefully remove part 7303 and place on one side.
What screws are these?
These are KB 2x4mm screws.
Okay, they can just go in with the others then.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So the next one, which is step 11, is identify the 3 PB 1.7 x 4mm screws circle holding the cockpit assembly in place. Undo the screws and store them carefully. Use masking tape to stick them to the side of the cockpit assembly. Remove the cockpit assembly and place it next to the model.
Okay, so we don't need to do that. I'm just going to put them in the screw pot. That won't fit in there, so I'm going to have to get the manual screwdriver out for that one. Put that over that side because we know those are them, and then put my screwdriver out so I can reach down in this hard to reach bit. Okay.
Okay. Right, that moves on to step 12 is remove the cockpit assembly, expose the gearbox and motor circled in yellow that were fitted in issue 36. Note also that there is a cable running from out each side of the gearbox. This is the area we are concentrating on to replace the cogs and cable. Step 13 is identify the points where the ends of the cable are fixed. This cable runs through the gearbox on the left side. It is fitted as part 2704. On the right, it is fitted to part 2904 below. Remove the PM 1.6 x 3mm screws and store safely.
So that's the port that's releasing them wires.
Yes.
Yeah.
Need to get the tweezers. Okay, that's one out.
Okay, done the other side.
That's the other one out.
Okay, right, so step 14, unplug the cable from the motor, yellow arrow, identify the 4 PB 2x4mm screws that hold the gear casing 3601/3602 in place. Remove the screws and store them safely.
Yeah, this is going to be easier said than done.
Yeah.
Just be careful with that cable, Horlicks, it's very fragile.
The thing is with these plugs, they're not designed to be taken in and out.
No.
No.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Would there be any mileage in taking the gearbox off and then trying to take the cable off the motor?
Now, I think this is coming off with the plug, so I'm just going to do that. I can fix that afterwards. Then take this out.
Same thing happened to Dave Mack.
It's not an easy fix if it comes off. Is it just a push on?
Yes. Yeah, all it is really is just a protective casing to go over them 2 prongs.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing is, I can't remember which way it went on now. It was black to the front back, wasn't it? So should have taken note of that. So that would be that way.
Yeah, black
It's
to the back.
saying red going towards the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you can then just put this back on carefully, line up the pins, push that back down, and then you're fixed.
Brilliant.
Now, if you wanted to, you could. Well, actually, no, don't. I wouldn't recommend that. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you need to now take out the 4 PB 2x4mm screws that's holding the gear casing in place. Any chat, Geordie, Dave?
Yeah, okay. D. Harris, is the extension cable actually needed? There seems to be enough length spare for that motor.
Yeah, it changes the polarity, I believe.
It's a reverse cable, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it changes the positive to the. I mean, you don't actually need it. You can de-pin these and just swap them around. And in fact, you could actually I could have actually put that plug back on the other way around, and then it would have done the same thing.
Okay, Dave, do you want to take it from step 15?
Hello, Dave Mack, I pushed the socket back on, would have to be careful of the prongs.
Yeah, that's it. Just make sure the prongs are lined up before you put any pressure on it. But as you can see, that's it's lined up perfectly.
And D. Harris, black wire to the tail.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, can do, Mark. No problem. Yeah. So, step 15 then. There is the offending article. So, I think we can move the plane out of the way for a little bit, can't you? Okay. And you're going to need your
tissue, actually, because I remember putting a load of grease in there.
Yeah, and you're going to need your metal cogs as well. Okay, and you're going to need your screw pot. Okay.
Perfect opportunity to use your artwork upgrades, builder's cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have got one. I just haven't used it because I didn't want to get grease and muck on it.
Yeah.
I know it's what it's for, but
Okay. So step 15 then, if you're ready. Turn the gearbox assembly 3601 and 3602 upside down and remove the 4 PB 2x4mm screws as indicated. Keep the screws safely on one side. That little wireless stick's doing really well. Okay. I'll let you check them out and then you'll have them out properly then, won't you?
okay.
Okay. So step 16 says remove the cog and cable assembly 3604, 3603, 3606 from the gearbox casing 3602 as indicated. Parts 3604, 3603 and 3606 can be discarded, and that's because they are the plastic cogs.
Right. Well, I'm going to keep them.
I'd keep that way as a spare.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that in there. So I think the idea of that, and then I've got another cable there.
Yeah. Okay. So step 17 says remove the upright cog 3605 from the gearbox casing. The plastic cog can now be discarded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've done that, haven't you? So step 18, reassemble the cogs in the gearbox using the new cable 100E and the metal cogs 100B and 100C as follows. Fit the cable 100E across the end of the metal cog 100B and place the metal cap 100D on the end to hold it in place. Okay. So fit the cog 100C upright in the casing 3602 and fit the cable and cog assembly 100B, 100D, 100E into the gear casing 3602.
Okay,
it says ensure that the cog 100B is the right way up with the square tab at the top circled. It fell apart.
Yeah, because it's metal, it doesn't. There's no friction.
I'm gonna say, do you want to grease it up and then maybe the grease would stick it together?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me just see if this will. Oh, there you go. I'm in.
And the tab is to the top, isn't it? Yes, it is.
That's directly at the top. Now I'm gonna
Grease it up.
grease it up.
Yeah.
Showed a bit of nervousness, energy clearances slashing, and not having any. No team has really had any real rhythm in the game, but it's still don't know. You still believe that you can score a goal. But
this means I'll have to go into my workshop, to get my grease out.
Either way, that would not put the changes at half time. Of course,
I'm being liberal with it because
Yeah.
I'm going to do it in the arm. Especially being metal.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like I'm glad now I greased up my cogs in the base. Because they run so much smoother.
So I've put grease on the ends where it rotates on the plastic part. As you can see, and I've lathered it around those gears, that worm gear. Now they're working. Okay.
God, Bennett. Oh, dear. Willow, what the hell have you been eating? God.
I should just go for it. I should just say I'll let one off, I should.
Sorry about that. Oh, dear me. Good God.
Well, you can't. You sit closer.
All right. I'm trying to compose myself. Dear, oh dear. My hand's watering. Where was we? It was up to 18, weren't we?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry about that. Right. Okay. So step 19, reassemble and refit the gearbox assembly. See issue 36, steps 7 to 10. Fit the new length of electrical cable. I'll hang on till you get a bit further. Whew. God, blimey.
That's dogs for you, dear.
God.
What you been feeding them? What you been feeding them?
Just been feeding him normal doggish meat, and he did have a sausage for his tea as well.
What jalapenos?
No, not jalapenos.
I've just put a bit of grease in that hole where the pin comes through.
That's a good idea. Okay, so it says. Sorry.
One sec, I've got grease absolutely everywhere. It's all melting. It's so warm in here. It's all melting around the side of the.
Yeah, I see in the threads. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the trouble when you use grease. You've got to get clean your hands up afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, we get on the rest of the model.
That's true.
Yeah, I will do that in a moment. Let's just get this installed, and then I'll quickly dash off and just wash my hands quick, because I don't want to get grease on all the panels.
Okay.
Right, so that's that bit. So we're going to refit this into the Spitfire.
Right. Yeah, before you do that, I think you have to reassemble and refit the gearbox. You've done that, and fit the new length of electrical cable 100F into the circuit board on the top of the motor, 3501 red arrow. Connect the other end of the cable into the socket on the end of the original cable, 3502 blue arrow.
Okay, so that's back in.
Yep. And then you've got to refit it back into the plane. But if you want to go wash your hands now.
Yeah, I'll quickly do that. Bear with me 2 secs.
Okay. And we're nearly to the end of this fix, I think. Yeah, nearly.
Well, apart from got to put it all back together.
Yeah. Cool.
I just simply worked backwards through the fix sheet.
So if you're still picking up the television, you've got it as low as possible. I'm just now hitting the mute button to try and keep it off. Hey, so that cable you get there, do you get that with the 100, do you?
Yes. I do believe.
Yeah, because there's another cable in all, isn't there? An extension cable.
Oh, hang on. No, do we? No, I don't think we do.
You should have another. You should have a reducer cable in issue 93.
Is that
93.
That's not the one we're using, is it?
Not at this moment. No, this cable came in with this issue 100.
Right. Yeah,
I'm just looking for that now, Mark.
I'm gonna say there is a cable in 93, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a cable in issue 100. I can't find that cable in issue 100. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. It was loose in the packet. Yeah, there is a cable in issue 100. You are right.
That's the cable Horlicks has just installed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's no update on the chat yet. It's still where it is. So.
Okay, jolly good. So, Horlicks, you're going to need your aeroplane back again.
Right. The problem is, I don't want to get grease back on my hands, so let's just
Yeah, get rid of that.
put that in the bin. Okay.
Okay, so we've connected the cable. You've got to connect the other end of the cable into the original cable. So you've got to do that and then reassemble. Where's the other end? There it is.
Well, I think I'll screw the gearbox down first.
Okay. So it says to complete the work, you will need to test the operation of the model, see issue 100. Once you have tested it, you can refit the parts that were removed in steps 1 to 12 of the previous pages. You can then go on to complete the assembly as described in issues 94 to 99. Here is a checklist of what to do. This is a complete list now of the things we have to do. But it does say you can test the you can test the operation of your model. See issue 100.
Awesome.
But I think we have to put the sucker washers in first.
I think them washers that have come are just for if you're having problems with your aircraft hitting the base.
Yeah.
Mine has no problem with that.
Okay.
Now I need to refit the cable.
Yeah, you need to refit the cable. So it says refit the ends of the new cable 100E. See issue 36, steps 11 and 12. So if you're not that familiar with your model, I would say go back to issue 36 of the Build the Spitfire. See steps 11 and 12, and that will tell you how to refit the ends of the new cable.
This is tricky. Now, the reason I'm not screwing this side in first is because I want to make sure it's like even.
Yeah.
So holding this one in place, pull that through.
Geordie, Dave and Dave, do you think now you've seen both me and Horlicks do this fix, you're confident in doing it?
Yeah, just as long as I'm not doing it live, yeah.
Me
Not
too.
like Not like me and Horlicks.
It's no. I think I feel more confident with this than what I do with issue 93.
Yeah.
All them wires. What I watched Horlicks do the other night.
Yeah.
Right, what I've actually noticed is that this cable is a bit smaller
Oh.
because I had
Right.
quite a lot of overlap on the other cable because
Yeah.
I purposely screwed them down with the ends hanging out more. This seems to be more of a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I'm using the right screws. Yeah, I am. Must be. Okay. We're getting there, peeps. I hope you're enjoying.
Yeah.
Just going to move this over this way now.
Because you put your 4 screws back in your motor assembly, didn't you?
Yeah.
Into the cog assembly.
So basically, Horlicks, you're just working, well, when you start to put everything back together, you're just working backwards from the sheet.
Yeah.
We've
got a tester first.
Yeah.
Need like 20 hands for this.
Horlicks, raise the undercarriage.
No, that might be easier. Well, no, I've got it now. But let me just get this in. Yeah, that's attached.
Lovely.
That's attached. Let me just double check that's not going anywhere with a pair of tweezers. Perfect.
Oh.
Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we're going to refit this cable.
Yeah.
So hang on, that went in.
It went in with the red towards the front
Right.
originally. Yeah, red towards the front originally, towards the propeller.
So yeah, it swapped the cable round from. It swapped the polarity on this motor. That's what it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to refit the cockpit. Careful of any cables that might be caught up.
Yeah, step 2 says refit the cockpit assembly. See issue 72, steps 19 and 20. So to refit the cockpit assembly, see issues 72, steps 19 to 20. Hello?
Okay.
Okay, and pretty much the rest of it, Horlicks, from step 3 onwards, is you're actually attaching bits from other magazines. So, for instance, step 3 says assemble the horizontal parts of the tailplane. See issue 97, steps 1 to 9. Temporarily fit the horizontal parts 9703, 9704, 9705, 9706 elevators into the brass shaft 6904 as described in issue 97 and steps 10 and 11. This means that you can see the operation of the elevators when testing the model. The parts will be removed later so that you can fix the ends of the aerials in place as described in issue 97.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You all right?
I'm just sorry. I did listen. We need to put them on. I'm just fixing the plastic housing.
Yeah. I'm sure that it's lined up properly, yeah.
I will say, though, that basically the speaker that Hachette have sent us isn't that great for the Spitfire. So I hooked up a better speaker and it sounds a lot better. So
okay.
And so if you want it sounding the best, then I'd update the speaker in the bits.
So that's the interior support, isn't it? From 73.
Okay, that's that. So now we need to put these back on.
Horlicks, I'd do issue 100 and test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you can see the operation of all the gubbins that you've just gone to.
Yeah, I guess so. Right, okay, so...
Okay. So, as far as I can work out, you have to go now to issue 100 and assemble the remote control.
That we shall do. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, do you want to take over from now, Mark?
Yeah, can do. Well, I have done this, so yeah.
Okay, one more. We've got Marie. All of you, great show. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Marie.
Okay, Horlicks, so your parts check at 101 is the remote control front. Yep. 100, part 2 is remote control back.
Okay, and what I will say is I have seen some people do this, and I'm not sure why. You don't need to start pulling this tape off and making longer wires on there.
Yeah.
That is fine as it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So part 4 is a set of 9 buttons. Yeah. 5 is a cross button. Yep. 6 is on-off button. Yep. 7 is printed circuit board. Yep. 8 is 5 2x5mm PB screws, 1 spare. And 9 is 3. Go.
I've got about 7 in there.
Yeah. 9 is 3 2x4mm PWB screws, 1 spare.
Okay.
Okay, so we start off by take the back of the remote control cover, 102, and the printed circuit board, 107. Fit the plug in part 102 into the socket at the end of part 107. You may need to turn the plug over in order to fit it.
Done.
Okay. Next is take the front of the remote control cover 101 and fit the 9 buttons 104 into it from the inside so that the buttons go through the holes in the cover.
You can go any way it wants.
Okay. Next is take the cross button 105 and fit it into the corresponding opening in the front of the remote control cover 101.
Okay.
Okay. And then step 4, fit the on-off button 106 into the circular hole near the top of the front of the remote control cover 101. Excellent. Okay, step 5 is take the assembly 102/107 and fit the circuit board into the front cover assembly so that the 2 central screw holes in part 107 align with the raised screw sockets in part 101.
Okay.
Okay. Step 6, fix the circuit board 107 in place with 2 PWB screws. They go through the holes in the circuit board and into the raised screw sockets in part 101 as indicated. So they're those screws that got like the washer on them.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so step 8 is, step 7, fit the back of the remote control cover against the front of the remote control cover. There is a slight lip on the parts to ensure correct alignment. Screw holes in part 102 align with the sockets in part 101. Excellent. Okay, so then step 8 is fix the back of the remote control cover 102 to the front 101 with 2 times 5 mm PB screws. Note, you may need to remove the adhesive tape in the back of the remote control box to fit it in place.
Yeah, no, didn't need to do that.
I had to do on mine.
So why you got to remove the adhesive tape?
There wasn't enough pull on the wire. It was really... They'd sort of done it quite far up on mine. Okay, step 9. Fit 2 batteries into the compartment in part 102, ensuring you follow the plus and minus indicators.
Okay.
Okay, next is fit the battery compartment cover panel 103 over the battery compartment, inserting the lip on part 103 first.
Yep.
Step 11, fix the battery compartment cover panel 103 in place using 2 times 5 mm PB screws. Okay, and that's completed work. The remote control has been assembled. There are some spare screws which are not needed.
Well, I've got a nice green light.
There we go.
Jolly good.
Chunky remote, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, things would have been chunky back then.
You're not going to lose that. You're not going to lose that, are you?
No.
Right, just before we go
Right,
any further, I need to get the screw pots out. We've got too many screws floating about.
Get everything organised. You don't want to lose notice.
I used diamond painting boats to on mine.
So, right, let's sort these screws out. So we've got 25 PB. Okay, and then 24 PWB.
While you're doing that, if I can share this screen, in issue 100, we do have a operation sheet. So we've got power on, off, we've got the left, right, up, down functions of the cross button. Do not work until you have pressed the start up and take off buttons. So as you can see there, and then you've got start up, take off, guns, light on, landing, Morse, which is Morse code. Turn off, display flying, and then we've got like full flight there as well.
Real. So it's not Inspector Morse then?
No.
Morse code.
Did that really need to explain then? But yeah.
So there we go.
Mind you,
Yeah, as Inspector Morse flying the plane.
I don't actually know how to. I can't actually read Morse code, so it's bad, isn't it?
I know SOS. ...
Right, okay, yeah, I was going to put the wing and tail plane things on. Which issue was that? So let's go back to.
So you was going for the tail plane, was you? At issue 97?
Do you want to take it over from here, Dave?
Yeah, issue 97. Just have to bear with me a minute while I get 97 out of my box.
Oh,
okay, so issue 97.
Just so I can make sure it's easier for people to see on camera that they work with these.
Yeah.
So
right, what it says in the assembly guide at the back here, where it says about the sucker on the base, it says assemble the horizontal parts of the tail plane. See issue 97, steps 1 to 9. Temporarily fit the horizontal parts 9703, 9704, 9705, 9706 elevators onto the brass shaft 6904 as described in issue 97, steps 10 and 11. This means that you can see the operation of the elevators when testing the model. The parts will be removed later so that you can fix the ends of the aerials in place as described in issue 97. We've got issue 97, and you're going to want to look for steps 1 to 9. And we're going to have to identify some parts first, aren't we, Horlicks?
yeah, okay.
Okay. So the parts checklist then, just to make sure that everything's there, is 9701 upper bodywork panel.
Oh yeah, this nice metal part.
Yep. Okay. And then we've got 9702 upper bodywork panel again. Like 2 holes in. Yep, that's the one. 9703 is an elevator left upper L1.
Okay, so that is this one, I believe.
Does it say left on it?
L1.
L1, that's it. And then we've got 9704 elevator left lower L2.
L2.
L2. And then we've got 9705, elevator, right, upper, R1. R1. And then we've got 9706, elevator, right, lower, R2. R2, yeah. And then we've got 9707, tailplane, panel, left, upper, L1.
No.
L1, yeah. And 9708, tailplane, panel, left, lower, L2. Left, lower, L2, yeah, L2. And then we've got 9709, tailplane, panel, right, upper, R1. Painted one, R1, that's correct. And then we've got 9710, tailplane, panel, right, lower, R2. That's the one. Yeah, it's got a budget out. Yeah,
It has got R2 written on that.
yeah. Okay, so they're correct. 9711 is the elevated tabs left. 9711. So they're in a frame. They're the dark ones. Yep. And then 9712 elevated tabs right. They're a bit lighter in colour. The ones. Then we've got 9713 cable grip, which are in a frame. Yeah. 9714 panel fixture. 9714. Found it on me. 9714. Oh, I see there. Small panel fixture. Okay. 9715 elevator hinge brackets times 4.
Yep, all in the bag.
14 and 15. And 9716 elevator hinge pins times 2. Yeah. And 9717 2 times 4mm PB screws and 1 spare. And 9718 2 times 2.2 times 4mm PM screws and 1 spare.
Yep.
So they're the same. PM screws. 2.4, 2.5, 2 times 4. Yeah, they're the same screws.
Okay, I'll hit this chat.
Oh, yeah, they're not the same screws though. They are different.
Uh-huh.
2 of them are really long and thin.
Uh-huh.
2 of them are the standard ones. So I think it's referring to the 2 4PMs as these ones, and these other ones are something else because they're longer than.
You will not need them in this issue, Horlicks.
No. It's just a case of putting the wing things on tailplane.
Sorry, George.
Okay, if this remote does, from D Harris, if this remote does the same draining batteries, well, would you do another kill switch? Sees more functions on this remote.
Yes, I would. But I did speak to Mark about this the other day, and his seems to still be okay.
Yeah, mine's still running on the batteries I put in when I built it at the weekend, so it's not too bad at the moment. And I have been using it quite a bit as well because I've been testing it and stuff.
So yeah, it would be a case of keeping an eye on it. But yeah, it's certainly something that can be done.
All right, and Dano's Universe. So did the Spitfire have a Morse code on board? Not as far as I know.
Not as far as I'm aware.
I haven't got a clue.
The pilot will have had a radio, so if he was in trouble, he would have just radioed for help.
Yeah, I would have said so. Okay, so going back to issue 100 in our fix, we have to go to step 3 on the back page here of assemble the horizontal parts of the tailplane. See issue 97, steps to 1 to 9 for temporarily fit the horizontal parts. So we have to do steps 1 to 9 then, Horlicks, in issue 97.
Do you know what? Looking at this, I'm not actually sure we should do this because it's quite involved, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you. Plus, you've got to put plus, I reckon once you've got to have all your other things on, you've got to put your air wires and all that on, don't you, Mark?
That's on a different section of it. But Horlicks, why don't you just put some electrical tape on them on the rear and then you'll see it move? Electrical tape to the rescue again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you can, and then you can test fly it then, can't you?
I think what I might just do. No, I'm going to do this. I've just sandwiched them together. They're loose. Then you got the key. I'm just going to put a bit of tape around that.
Yeah.
And then just slot it on.
I know a lot of people were saying, about their hinges not lining up on issue 97. Mine lined up perfectly.
Okay.
So
there we go. I'll just put a bit of tape on there.
Yeah, then you can see it move.
That's all you want to see move, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it towards this end though because it's breaking it apart.
Yeah.
There we go.
Jolly good. Same with the other one then.
I think that's the best way because that's too involved for tonight because we just want to see the thing working.
We do.
Then we can concentrate on this on its own issue.
Yes, we can, yeah.
And going on to Danny's question about the Morse code, Morse, you would have to have a proper thing to tap it to get the Morse code to go out.
Yeah.
Consider the pilot would be sitting there, he'd have to have something, a Morse code machine in his cockpit.
Yeah.
And he's got bloody thick, heavy gloves on.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do that while he's piloting a Spitfire at 190 miles an hour, is he?
Especially when the Spitfire's in trouble and all.
Yeah.
He's going to be trying to concentrate and getting making a good crash landing if he can, or getting out.
Exactly, yeah.
The whole thing is, does the Lancaster have Morse code on it?
The Lancaster will have Morse code on, yes.
Yes,
right.
Because it has a radio operator in there.
Right.
And he was using a high frequency, so he was probably contacting base from a long distance.
Yeah.
Right then, so I think we are about ready to plug in and test then, aren't we?
Yeah. What I would do now is get your base. You'll have to move your plane and get your base on somewhere there or wherever you're going to put your base. Attach the aeroplane to the base.
And D. Harris says, not testing it more, playing with it more like.
Too damn right.
Playing with it, yeah.
We're still boys. We're just playing with bigger toys.
Yeah. It sounds an expensive old toys.
Yeah, as I say, because the Lancaster went on long distance. They would have been on radio silence, but they'll have dropped the bomb. Then they would have which then the Jerry knew they were there. Then they could let the thingy know that mission was successful.
Yeah.
They'll probably use Morse for doing that.
Well, it's not plugged in yet, but I've just plugged that in.
Okay.
Just so it's there. I'm going to try and balance it on the corner here.
Yeah. So it says assemble the remote control, which you've done, and test the operation of your model. See issue 100. So it says fit the model on the display stand. See issue 99. Steps 28 to 30. See also the instructions about fitting the washers on the left.
So I've got them now. I'm going to do that first.
Okay. Dave Max says, fingers crossed, everyone.
Yeah.
And Stuart Sullivan, nice show, night all.
Night, Stuart. Thanks for
Right,
joining.
Stuart. We're just about to do the big switch on.
Yeah, Dave Max says, night, Stuart. Yeah, we're just going to. You want to stay for this, Stuart? You've got to stay for this. And as D. Harris has confirmed with me, Downwards does use Morse code to contact base to use the code for breach.
Yeah.
Use the code for breach. I'm trying to understand these. Get you see.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what. Yeah. Fit the model on the display stand. See issue 99 steps to 28 to 30.
Yeah, that's just lining up the plug, which is in.
Okay.
Put them in. That's avoiding the wheels. So,
Stuart's waiting for switch on. Sorry, Jotty Dave. I'm getting excited.
I'm really nervous that this is going to go bang. I don't know why.
So
when I switched mine on, I shared it with the Northern Model Builders.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but this is a live switch on.
Really? So, plugging in. And is this going to do anything as soon as I switch this on or not until
yes, you'll do a little bit of a calibration.
What? Without touching anything?
Yes.
Right, I'm switching on.
Right, there's a red light went on.
Right, it's just calibrating. Right.
Wow.
Right, now on your thing, on your remote, you need to start up.
Oh, I've lost the remote in all the excitement. There it is. So, on.
Start up.
Start.
Start.
Oh.
He's alive.
Yeah. What's happened to the sound?
Okay, then what?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do. Take
off.
Right.
Give that time.
Guns don't do anything.
No, because you're not in the air yet.
I hit take off.
Not
Lights
take,
on,
taken off.
turn the guns on.
Well, you've just turned lights. Some lights have turned on. Guns are your guns are froze.
Yeah, but the guns won't work until you take off.
You're still on the ground, Horlicks.
Yeah.
So take off.
It's doing a flight.
Okay. Flaps. She's rolling along the ground, back ends up.
Yep.
She's taken off. Wheels are up. She's leveling out. She's rising. She's ducking and diving. Flaps are going. She's turning left.
I can see the backs moving.
She's banking left. She's banking right.
There you
She's
go.
shooting.
Shooting.
Shooting. She's banking right again. And banking left.
Shooting again. Don't like that. She's got a light on at the top.
He must be signalling to come into land. He's going down.
Morse code.
Morse code. He's banking left again.
On the touch down. Once he's coming into land.
Front wheels first. Oh,
Bit of a bumpy landing.
she's going back up again.
Come back up again.
Oh, she's coming down.
Bit of a bumpy landing. So basically, that's went through everything.
That an engine that off.
Well, there you
So
go.
if you hit turn off, right
Yeah.
now don't turn the power off on the remote yet. Switch the power on the base off.
Yeah.
That'll stop the wheels because once you switch the power off on the remote, the undercarriage will go back up.
Right.
And you don't want that happening while you're working on the next lot of issues.
No.
Well, there's a
Wow.
few things that are a bit weird. Like, I mean, I guess it's normal. The ailerons, they're doing their own thing. One's up, one's down.
Yeah.
Surely they should be level when
No.
at some point. Obviously, they move if you're turning or banking.
Yeah.
But and this at the back is always skew F. Is yours this bit?
The rudder.
Yeah, it's not straight. But I don't know whether that's just how it is or
Mine's a little bit skewy, Horlicks.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's normal.
Your rudder would be the only way to steer it on when it's on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think the only thing with it is, which I have noticed as well, it does pull that cable really tight when the landing gear comes up.
Yeah.
It really stretches that cable like more than comfortably, in my opinion.
It will do, Horlicks. It's got to settle in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So hopefully it will stretch a bit, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some chat to go through. So, Stuart, waiting for switch on. Geordie, Dave, you will get it soon enough.
D shorthand.
Yeah.
Dave Mac, congratulations to Horlicks. Her first maiden flight was a complete success.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yorkshire Crafter, amazing, well done. And Stuart Sullivan, wow, absolutely fantastic, well done. That was amazing, team. I want one now. Save the penny time. And Crafty Chris, wow.
No, it's not working.
Oh, what you trying to put it just flying over the sea?
Yeah.
Well, now you can start putting your next issues will be putting your panels on then. Are you putting the wings back on first?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll do that. What's the time doing? Yeah, I won't do that tonight. I just wanted to make sure it all worked. But I think what we'll do Friday is we'll put the. Oh, actually, I want to, before we do anything, I do want to put these collars back on each side.
Yeah.
Because
And
I've
then
got
do you want
screws
to
everywhere. And then the wing tops we'll put on the start of Friday's show.
Yeah.
Are you going to hot glue the wingtips, are you?
Yeah, I might do actually. Put a bit of hot glue on the pegs. I just want to switch this back on.
Okay, I'll go through while you're doing that. I'll go through this. Stuart Villain, fabulous. Dano's Universe, wow, awesome. She's a beauty. And the last one's not good. Oh, Dano again. Well done, great show.
Oh, forgot about the landing lights.
Yeah, you manually put them, didn't you? Which. Dave Mac, great show tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, that's cool.
SOS, save our souls.
Yeah, D. Harris, great job, Alex, and a great stream. I say good night, gentlemen, and see you on Friday for another.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm getting it, D. I'm getting it.
Thanks for that, D.
What's display flying?
Try it.
We did the full flight earlier, which was quite long. Right, let's do display flight.
Okay.
Display flying means display in the flying mode.
Display in the flying mode, yeah. Which that is, isn't it?
Well, so you can have it like that.
So wheels up.
So it'll stop like that with the wheels up.
Yes, so the display flying, the display button can be pressed at any time to return the model to the display position.
Oh, I see. So to move all this, do you have to do startup?
Yeah. You can't use them buttons until you're in flight.
Oh.
You need to take off.
Well, it's quite complicated, isn't it?
Flaps are down. Back ends up. Just taking off. Get the wheels up, lad.
Once the wheels got up, you should be to put them buttons in.
So you're flying it now, Horlicks.
You can press your guns.
What was that?
You can press the guns.
The which one?
Guns.
Gun.
That's your light up.
Going into land. Get kettle on.
Debriefing the mess.
Okay. Great job, Alex, and a great stream. Oh, I've already that one. Dave Mac. I just hope mine works as well as yours, Horlicks. Hope mine does.
So does mine. I hope mine does as well.
Stuart Sullivan, EST, fabulous show. Crafty Chris, please give Horlicks a big thumbs up before you leave. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, darling.
Brilliant.
Cut
Some
engine.
grease on there. It's still going.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Love it.
amazing.
I'm totally impressed.
I'll say, yeah, when you turn it off.
Yeah.
Mind you, saying that, it does look quite cool like that. I suppose it's because it's displaying it in flight, isn't it? So, but yeah, no, brilliant, fantastic.
That's awesome.
So that everything works. I've not gone up in smoke yet, and
No.
Ian at partworkupgrades.com. His power mod is absolutely ace. So
Yeah.
That's it. Now I know what to send away for the power mod. That's what I wanted to see it working on the power mod.
Yeah.
Because I've got no intentions of putting the battery boxes in.
No.
Okay. So let me just take this back off because we are getting short.
Do you know what the wheels do?
Pardon?
I said, did you know what the wheels do?
No, get out.
Oh, I could do, but it's fine. It's going to sit on the cardboard. Saves me bashing them. Because they were a bit annoying in the down position when you're trying to put them on the cardboard stand. Okay, let me just have a switcheroo. We'll get those panels back on. And then we'll call it a night.
Did you say you have to switch that switch off, Mark, before you actually switch the plane off itself on the controls?
Before you switch the remote off, you turn the switch off on the base, and that will keep the wheels down.
Okay.
So if you want to leave them down. Okay, so back to this. Let's just finish up by refitting those parts. Now we know it all works.
So yeah, you've got your wing fuselage sides to put on, haven't you?
Back on, yeah.
Okay, I'll go through the chat. D. Harris, good night, Dave McBills. D. Harris again. A good night to all in the chat. Dave McBills, Night D, and D. Harris. Oh man, come on. Imagine that model running on batteries instead of the power mod.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it won't last long, I don't think.
No.
The 3 screws, Horlicks, are KB 2x4.
Yeah, and then the metal one at the back is KM.
Yeah, KM 2x4.
Now we do realise that we're going to be watching. Me and Geordie Dave are going to be watching this back whilst we're building ours. Aren't we, Dave?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it's finding the time where I can sit for a few hours and do it.
Yeah, me as well, Dave. I've going to need a lot of space on the table and everything, and
yeah, I'll probably do a full key out of this table. Get the what you call it, the base down, and get the one good thing at least I haven't put the circuit board in.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to take wings these tail planes off because I don't want to get any residue, and then I'm going to peel these back apart, put them in with the issue ready for when we get that far.
I like that so I can test the flaps.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't even know they came out the box.
Yeah, all them parts that we said in '97 all want to go back in '97, don't they?
Yeah, I'll put them away after the show because I think you've got to be a magician to work out how they go back in.
Yeah.
Just get the other side on. No, I'm super stoked with that. I'm glad it all works. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse, is there, than doing all this and then
finding out it don't work. Yeah,
there's something wrong, and then it's down a rabbit hole of my God, what's wrong? I guess it's just a case of start again. I suppose the first place to start, if you've got an electrical problem, would be the circuit boards. Just double check all connections, and because I know I've seen one, unfortunately, didn't do a lot, and it was doing some very strange things. But we had that with the R2D2 as well. Like it wouldn't do the startup sequence properly, and
So will you be doing the fix first, then 93, Dave, or 93 first for all them wires?
I'll be doing 93 first. Yeah. So exactly the same as Horlicks has done, I think.
Right, that's all back together. And that's really tight as well.
Yeah, because it's pulled up. You'll probably find now that you're getting it working, it'll be pulling all stuff, tightening them up.
Yeah, and obviously all the time it's in this position, it's holding that tight, and it, that cable will probably eventually stretch a little bit, which would be okay as long as it's not too much. But they're absolutely solid, those wheels.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that's enough for tonight. We've got it back to how it was before the start of the show.
Yeah.
So the first job to do Friday will be to put the wings back on. And then we will then carry on with issue 94.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, well, right, let me change camera. I will go to bed tonight, I promise.
Not before you have another play with your aeroplane, though.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You muted my Mark.
I'm going to say we're going upstairs and getting Michelle and showing Michelle how to do it, how it works. Yeah. If she's not gone to bed.
No, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to wait because I want her to see it when it's done. And, well, like anyone, really. I want it all done and all the panels on. It'll look so much better when all the panels
Yeah. Yeah, it will.
So I don't think I'm not going to be showing it off just yet, apart from obviously you guys. But
yeah,
apart from me having a play with it,
yeah,
I will wait until it's all finished, and then it'll look amazing. Then,
yeah.
Yorkshire Crafter goes, night everyone, great show.
Take care now.
Thank you, Julie.
So schedule is tomorrow night is a craft quiz and sing along hour.
Yeah.
With Crafty Chris, Horlicks, Yorkshire Crafter, and Gillian.
Yeah. And Geordie Dave in the background.
And then
is this a confirmed sing along or is this just hearsay?
No, it's just something Dee put in the chat earlier.
No, it's just
they all missed the karaoke. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Well, that's what I think Julie's doing a second. We're doing a karaoke on Thursday. I think she's got a second part of the questions, hasn't she?
Has.
Yeah. Okay, so Friday we'll be back round to Horlicks at 7 p.m. to continue with his Spitfire build. Yeah. And then Saturday will be DS Models and Vintage with his Routemaster at 8 p.m. And then 6 p.m. Sunday, hopefully I'll be doing a vlog. And then later on at 8 p.m. on Sunday is the Northern Model Builder show. And then Monday is Crafty Chris and Yorkshire Crafter with the Disney Dollhouse at 7 p.m. And then Tuesday is Christine Crafty Chris doing her Eddie Stobat at 8 p.m. And then that brings us back round to Wednesday when it will be the last Arduino show.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got this from D. We have seen the power mod reaction on the model. Does one of the 2 days want to try a comparison using batteries and see how much of a difference?
No thanks. No thanks, because it's going to cost in excess of 20 quid for batteries, so no.
God, yeah, I heard that. They're quite expensive, aren't they?
Yeah. And T. Harris. Alex, it's known as the Mills Quartet after last Thursday, LOL.
I tell you what, Dee, mine's actually hooked up to batteries at the moment, so I could do a comparison on Friday.
That's a good idea,
yeah.
So mine is hooked up to batteries at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I want to go for the power mod. I don't fancy paying for the price of batteries for
Right.
Quid in batteries if you want decent ones.
I know.
Well, I might as well stick it on as well. So if anyone wants the power mod, you can get it from powerupgrades.com. Use code PRM002 and you'll get 15% off. Definitely well worth it. Yeah, 100%. You know, it's a few more quid than paying out for batteries, and you know, you never have to worry about them.
Well, I'm hoping to be getting a bonus this month, so I'll probably be sending away for it.
Yeah.
The bonus should be through this month.
So I'm getting in a bit of confusion here. So we've completed issue 100 and the fix. I've got magazine here for 95.
You want 94?
But I don't know what should be in 95. What's this? Oh, yeah, that's right. No, that's right.
94 is your next one.
You want 94 is your next one.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was just tidying up, and I've got 95 here with nothing in it. But that's because that's the this part that I showed with the batteries.
Yeah.
So that can go away. I'm all set. Right, anyway, enough for me. So thank you for watching. I'm really pleased it works. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think the loudest thing on this model is them the things that lift the plane up and down.
The motors, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the propeller's fairly quiet. The wheels are okay. But it's mainly those other motors, and I did grease them, but as Mark said, by the time it's been used a few times and it's got the grease around,
Might make it a bit quieter, yeah.
might do. But it's more motor noise, I think. So yeah.
Could there be insulated a bit?
Possibly.
Could we put insulation in the base?
Yeah, you could do.
You know, a bit like loft insulation.
Yeah, it could do. But one that doesn't make you itch like mad.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Oh yeah.
Not cause too much heat with the motors and everything under there.
Don't know.
But yeah, no, it might be worth looking at later.
Or a thicker piece of wood on.
Yeah. Right, so let me go back in order we came in. So yeah, Geordie Dave, let's
Okay then, well I'll just read this last one out from Dave. Thank goodness for Mr. Campbell.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Amazing, man.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was a cracking show. I really enjoyed it, and as I say, as Dave says, I'll be watching this back when I'm putting mine together, plus issue 93 when I'm putting that together. I know I'll be watching that to help put them together. So thanks for having us on Horlicks, and I know it was short notice, but great show. So
no, thank you. And so I'm glad you were here live because at least you got to see it. So we got Mark.
Yeah, so it's a good night from me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who's been in the chat. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.
Lovely. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. And DS Models.
And wow, what can I say? Well, you've just experienced it live. The real thing, running, flying. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Didn't we say that this model was going to be beautiful when it got finished? And it surely is. It surely is. It comes alive and makes all the difference to the model. It really does. So I'm looking forward to getting mine done, and I'm looking forward to all the diorama bits as well, because I want a complete diorama with it as well. So I've always said that, and I'm absolutely looking forward to actually displaying it publicly as well. So yeah, I'm looking out for that. I'm hoping that it's sort of finished around September, October, and then I can take it to a public display that I'm hoping to go to around that time. So I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So last minute it was tonight's stream, but it was absolutely superb. And yeah, thanks ever so much for asking me, Horlicks, to come along tonight. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's given me some renewed experience on my Spitfire, so I'm hoping to crack on with mine shortly. So anyway, it's good night from me. Take care, everybody, and please leave Horlicks a nice good thumbs up, because he has deserved it tonight. And if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, please subscribe, and subscribe to all us as well. And that's probably in the description of this video or some of the others. So good night from me. Take care, everybody.
Lovely. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. And yeah, that just leaves me to say have a good night. And yeah, see you on Friday for more Spitfire. So until then, take care and peace. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?